Let's bridge the gap between the ethereal and the empirical. Today, we explore the physics of faith, a forensic analysis of how our brains mathematically manage belief through active inference. By applying statistical physics, we can decode the mechanics of how we minimize surprise and weight our perceptions. Our goal is to move beyond the magic of consciousness and ground it in the hard science of synaptic gain control. Most manifestation techniques fail because of a critical hardware-software mismatch. While your cortex attempts to run smooth, low-voltage affirmations, your limbic system is broadcasting high-voltage survival noise. As a prediction engine, your brain prioritizes safety above all else. If your hardware signals danger, it marks your visualizations as spam to minimize metabolic cost. To achieve your ambitions, you must first regulate the nervous system that hosts them. Active inference is the core mechanism by which we bridge the gap between our internal maps and external reality. Based on Carl Friston's free energy principle, biological systems survive by minimizing surprise, or entropy. We do this in two ways: through perception, updating our minds to match the world, or through action, reshaping the world to match our vision. While it's easy to get stuck in passive perception, the key to true agency is moving into active action, proactively manifesting the reality we desire. In Bayesian statistics, we can quantify concepts like faith or certainty through precision weighting. Mathematically, precision is simply the inverse of variance. As you see here, a high-precision signal creates a narrow, concentrated curve, representing absolute certainty and high synaptic gain. In contrast, a low-precision signal is spread out, representing doubt or statistical noise. When your internal model achieves high enough precision, your brain essentially treats the prediction as fact, engaging motor functions to actively bring that future into existence. Why is change so difficult? The answer lies in neuromineralization. Mature neural circuits become encased in perineuronal nets, dense structures of proteoglycans that stabilize our pathways. This creates the dead glass effect. While transmission speed increases, the window for neuroplasticity closes. In this state, trauma and long-held beliefs are no longer just memories. They are physically cemented into the brain's matrix, making our oldest patterns the most resistant to change. Ever wonder why success can trigger anxiety? This is the hostile prior. When past trauma installs a rigid model of danger, visualizing success creates a massive prediction mismatch. To resolve this conflict, the brain minimizes free energy by rejecting the positive visualization to kill the error signal. This internal clash is the biological root of imposter syndrome, where your survival model fights against your conscious intent. To overwrite your current reality, you must modulate your synaptic gain. The brain instinctively accepts the signal with the highest precision weighting. By turning up the volume on a new prediction while dampening the noise of incoming sensory data, you shift the balance. This gain is chemically encoded by dopamine and noradrenaline, allowing your desired reality to take precedence over what you are currently perceiving. Before we can install a new operating protocol, we must first wipe the drive. Think of phase 1 as a mechanical reset for your nervous system. By utilizing the physiological sigh, a double inhale followed by a long exhale, we trigger alveolar recruitment and a baroreflex reset. This manually overrides the brainstem's startle alert phase, clearing the noise so we can begin writing new code on a clean slate. Phase 2 focuses on establishing resonance at 0.1 Hz. By slowing our breathing to exactly 6 breaths per minute, we maximize baroreflex sensitivity and respiratory sinus arrhythmia. This creates a stable carrier wave through the vagus nerve, engaging the heart witness, a physiological coupling of the insula and anterior cingulate cortex. This vital shift moves the system from a frozen state of petrification to active steerability, providing the high-precision foundation needed for the work ahead. Free will isn't just a concept. It's a measurable metric, specifically the duration of the pause between sensation and action. While a dysregulated system reacts reflexively with zero delay, a regulated system expands this temporal window. This pause is our moment of root access. It is the only window where we can suspend prior conditioning and inject new high-voltage beliefs to successfully override our default responses. Phase 3 is about code injection. At this stage, precision is our only currency. Vague intentions are filtered out as low-precision noise because we are building a generative model, not a daydream. The brain requires visceral, high-density data, texture, temperature, and weight to bridge the synaptic gap. By engineering a prediction error this precise, we compel the brain to act, forcing an immediate resolution through these neural pathways. To truly convince the brain that a simulation is real, we must anchor it with motor output. By applying isometric tension, squeezing your muscles while holding a visualization, you activate a powerful proprioceptive feedback loop. This floods the system with noradrenaline, effectively hijacking the action policy loop. It forces your brain to categorize your mental training as critical survival data, rather than just a passing thought. The complete protocol provides a precise framework for neurotemporal alignment. It begins by resetting the system with a physiological sigh to dampen neural noise. Next, we resonate through 0.1 Hz breathing, gaining root access to biological processing. From there, we inject high-precision visualization of the target state, and finally, lock that state in using isometric tension to modulate neural gain. This 4-step cycle is repeated iteratively until prediction error is fully minimized. Think of your body as the essential hardware for your mind. You simply cannot run high-voltage consciousness on a degraded nervous system. We often focus on optimizing our thoughts and habits, the software, while neglecting the biological foundation that supports them. If you want peak mental performance, you must first prioritize your physical well-being. Fix the hardware, and the software will follow. Root access. The library is where we bridge the gap between concept and reality. While this deck establishes our theoretical foundation, root access. The library is where we bridge the gap between concept and reality. While this deck establishes our theoretical foundation, the true application begins in the library. We aren't selling the illusion of peace. We are delivering the reality of structural integrity. Resilience is built through rigorous practice, not just ideas. I encourage you to download the full protocol now to transition from these concepts into execution. Your access level is Aparian. Let's get to work.